It's Keepin' It PC, Season 3, Episode number 1. Season 3 for the podcast. Season 1-ish, kind of. We're going to start posting consistently here on YouTube. All our lovely faces. Even Mr. Drake himself got a face cam so we can see his handsome face. But Drake is the topic today. As we said last episode, we will be not doing the exact same format from the Kanye video. We will be doing a tier list instead. We thought it would be interesting to kind of debate where we think these albums landed on tiers. We will not be doing any of his collaboration albums, only his solo projects. And that includes Views, Take Care, If You're Reading This Too Late, More Life, Thank Me Later, So Far Gone, Scorpion. What's the other one?
Got Loverboy in there.
Fat D.
Yeah, Loverboy. Nothing Was the Same. Honestly, Never Mind. And For All the Dogs. So those are the albums we'll be ranking. Our categories are Never Listening Again, Trash, Painfully Average, Good, Banger, and the top tier, Anita Max Win.
No, you gotta say it. You gotta say it like how he says it. You gotta say it like how he says it.
Anita Max Win.
Anita Max Win. All right. Well, starting off.
So I guess we'll just go in order.
Starting off, I'm not putting it here. I'm just putting it so people know that this is the one that we're doing. The first album
So Far Gone
that we're starting off with is So Far Gone. Let me go first. Let me go first. Might be a hot take. That shit is trash, bro. I do not like that album. I gave it a 3.6 out of 10. But that's just my opinion, though, because it was like really slow.
3.6.
And I really do not like slow music like that. And like I just didn't like it. There was like some good songs. Like of course there's Best I Ever Had, which is like probably one of his best songs. Like everyone knows that song. But then that's pretty much it. I didn't like anything else. They were successful, but then that's all I really liked.
for a first album, I think this is like really disappointing, especially for somebody who made it so far in the rap game like Drake. Best I Ever Had obviously was a good one, but I also put down Say What's Real. I like the sampling on that from Kanye West, obviously. Good sampling choice there. It's always gonna get a good reaction out of me. I like good production. But I don't think it was trash. I gave it a B, which would probably go to like good or painfully average, but I'm not going to step out of my way to defend the album. So if you guys think it's trash, I mean, shit, man. What am I going to do? Music's subjective. So let's hear your guys' opinion.
I would put it. I wouldn't put it in trash. I would put it in painfully average.
That's fair.
If it were up to me, it would be in painfully average. I can't really go to bat for this album. You know, it's just like it was an okay debut album. You know, it's what it is.
It's super, super, super slow, and it's dated, I think, in a lot of parts. You can hear it. I mean, it's like rap-wise, he's clearly a rookie on this album. Some of his least impressive bars that he has in his discography. I like some of the songs, I think Let's Call It Off. It's like an indie rock kind of thing with Peter, Bjorn, and John. I thought that was a very interesting song. I never heard that before.
When I was listening, I was like, I was like, Pat might like this one. I was listening to it.
Listen, I appreciate creativity, even if it doesn't land. I appreciate trying something that sounds different and new, and that's one of the problems. We'll get we'll get to. This is one of my problems with Drake as an artist. I feel he's very, very repetitive. But this album is not trash. This is not a trash album. This is about as bang on average as you can get. Yeah. When you're doing a ranking like this, you go back and listen to it. It's not, he has some memorable songs, like we said. Best I Ever Had is a classic, and that's really all you need from a debut album. You need something to put you on the map, and that's what he did. It's too slow. It's a bit long, which is another common theme and thing for Drake's albums. It's just go on a little bit too long if he trimmed it down a little bit. But this is a pretty average album. It's not terrible for a debut either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Painfully average. Going to the next album, LT start us off with this one.
Yes, sir. We got Take Care, which this is a hot take for me. I actually liked So Far Gone more than Take Care, which you guys are obviously, I guarantee you're not going to agree with. But
it's Thank Me Later, by the way.
Are we doing Thank Me Later?
It's Thank Me Later, by the way. Thank Me
what did
Later
I say?
You said Take Care.
Take care.
Oh, we're not at Take Care yet. That's another. I'm sorry, I got ahead of
It's
myself.
okay.
That's
It's okay.
we'll reveal that later.
Wait,
But
wait.
Thank Me Later. I was just saying it has Over, Find Your Love. Good moments, obviously. But what I got out of it wasn't as much as I got out of So Far Gone, which I was shocked to see because I actually have more songs from Thank Me Later on my playlist than So Far Gone. But I don't know. I don't know if it was the production on So Far Gone that I liked, the sampling I was a fan of, but slightly better than Thank Me Later, but I'm okay with them being on the same tier if that's what you guys think.
Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, no, I think this is a slight step up from the first album. Nothing major. I agree with keeping it in the same painfully average category.
Yeah.
Again, it's very slow. It's pretty uneventful. There are some good songs. Like Karaoke was a song that really surprised me because, like, when I tell you this guy can really sing, he can really sing.
Mhm.
And I get a bit frustrated when he doesn't utilize that skill, which I know he has. So you listen to some of his earlier stuff. Go listen to Karaoke. This guy can really, really sing. And I think the rapping was pretty weak on this album, to be honest. Fancy with T.I. and Swizz Beats is fucking garbage. That is one of my least favorite albums
Really?
in his discography.
That's a hot take.
That's a really hot take. I had that as
really, really hate that song.
I had that as an
People love
honorable.
that song.
I
I
had that
cannot
as an
stand that
honorable
song.
mention as one of the good songs in the album.
I really can't stand that song. I know that's a kind of a fan favorite of his, but I really can't stand that song. But again, it's just about the same. I think it's a little better. I think it's a little better from So Far Gone. It's a little shorter. There's a little more consistency with his, like I said, his R&B kind of style. He had a little bit more of that, which I liked. So it's still pretty average for me.
Yeah, I'm with Pat on this one. I thought it was a little step up only because it wasn't as drawn out as the first album. Like it really came down to that for me. I had it in. I would say painfully average is the perfect category for it. The difference, like I just said, was that it wasn't as drawn out. I don't think it. The rapping again, it was just like the first two albums. His rapping, I don't think, is at the level it is in some of his next albums, but it was okay. So I think painfully average is good and a little step up from the last one.
He had some bars. He had some bars and Thank Me Later. I was like, oh, okay. But he was singing a line there. And it's kind of in the same track as So Far Gone for me, but definitely a little bit better. So I'm putting it above. I'm putting it in the same tier as So Far Gone, but I'm putting it above it. Because
Yeah, I agree
it's
with that.
definitely better than
That's
So
fair.
Far Gone.
So to the left is above it
Yeah.
in the same
Yeah.
tier. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if we did the whole thing, you would be reading the tier list from left to right and then going down the list.
Yeah. All right. I like that.
Got it.
I like that.
Going to the next album.
Take Care.
Oh yeah. Take Care.
This is why I wanted to talk about it. I was already waiting to say my comments on this. This is definitely the first album where Drake shows up and is like, I'm taking that number one spot. I don't know if that's what you guys got from that, but this is definitely like an S tier. This is Anita Max win tier. This is where Drake tapped into his alter ego for the first time. This is Anita Max win spin.
Yeah.
But obviously you got Marvin's Room, which is a classic if you're in your mood. I mean, I don't know if there's a better song ever made for somebody who's feeling themselves, but like you got the motto on top of that, you got headlines. I mean, just an amazing album. Perfect mix of R&B and rap. His raps got way better in this one compared to his last two. And yeah, I think this is easily a classic album, classic Drake album, obviously. But hopefully you guys agree or you're stupid.
No, I 100% guarantee. Agree.
What happened to music is subjective, bro?
That shit was gas, bro. There's so
Not
many good
this one.
songs in there. Like I can just name a few. Lord Knows with Rick Ross, dude. That song is fire, bro.
Yep.
The beat,
Exactly.
the beat in that song is amazing. I agree with you, LT. That is in Anita Max Ween. I agree. Your turn.
I agree. This is Anita Max Ween. You know, this album was this was the album that put the world. No, I wouldn't say put Drake on, but like this is what made Drake. You know, like this is what really stepped his game up. From headlines, Marvin's Room, The Motto, Lord Knows by Rick Ross. Obviously, that song is awesome. This is for me a clear S tier Anita Max Ween album. And music is subjective, but is it? This is objectively one of his best albums.
I mean, it's subjective. It is subjective, but there is a certain point where you're just like, this is good music. And I'm not a Drake hater, but I know you guys are kind of expecting me to come on here and hate. But this is a great album. This really is quality music throughout and throughout. I like me some singing Drake, and that's what's on this album as well, along with much improved lyrical flow and just everything, pretty much everything he had on here. This was, I really think, as I moved further and further down the line of the albums that I was listening to, this is one of the ones that I missed listening to. I wish I could listen to that again instead of listening to some of these later ones, because it sounds more deliberate and more meaningful to the artist as a person. And so that just connects for me on a personal level. And it helps that all the songs are pretty good. There really aren't a lot of misses on this. I really couldn't say that there's a bad track on here like some of his other albums. So this is 100% Anita Max win. I think, in my personal opinion, at least, this is.
Wait, it's what?
Anita Max win.
Thank you.
I think this is his best. I think this is his best album. So 100% in the top tier for me.
All right, Cole. I want you to start us off with this next album here. We got Nothing Was the Same.
Nothing was the same for me. Anita Maxween. Anita Maxween. I love this album. This is yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. This is one of his shorter albums, which I actually like, and even then, it's, you know, there's 15 songs. I think the last two were just deluxe, so it was originally 13 songs. Pound Cake is one of my favorite all-time beats. That song is legendary, honestly. Like I can listen to that song any day. From Time with how do you say her name? Jhené Aiko. Jhené Aiko. I love that song as well. Started From the Bottom is a classic. I mean, you want to get hype with the boys. That I used to listen to that before like basketball games and my baseball games. Like that would get me hype. So this is one of the this might have been the first Drake. Started From the Bottom might have been the first Drake song I ever heard. So this is also a little bit nostalgic for me. But this is a clear Anita Maxween tier album for me.
I'll go. So, like, I mean, you pretty much nailed it there, but I just want to call out this one thing. On Just Hold On, We're Going Home. I mean, what an incredible, I don't know if you want to call it a house or a pop kind of hip hop transform, or kind of like a mix, but I think he absolutely killed it on that one. That was like, when I was young, I like that song, even to this day. I mean, it aged beautifully. It still competes with the songs that are being made today in the R&B and the rap genre for both sides. That one stood out to me the most. But as you see these albums continue, at least for these next two, I just gave him straight S tiers. I don't know about you guys. We'll get to that later. But he just seems to continue to improve on not only his lyrics, but the R&B aspect as well. Putting in these house beats, putting in these R&B kind of songs. I think this was an absolutely beautiful album. And I'm going to take it over Take Care, I think. It's slightly better.
I disagree. I think it's slightly worse, only because don't get me wrong, it's a pretty damn good pop rap album. It's just some of the production for me is very head on for that time. I think a lot of music was being produced way too loud. There were some tracks on here I had to turn down my volume because it was just like, what? There's like a wall of sound coming at me that's just unnecessary, and it was like drowning him out at some points. I think that was a bit much. But like you guys said, they have fantastic songs on here. I think my personal favorite would be Wu-Tang Forever. I think that's a really strong track.
Good call.
This is, for me, I know I'm gonna get the disagree, so I'll be outvoted here, but I think this is banger tier. I'm not sure I put it in the Anita Max win, but it is a very good album.
Classic
album.
Gotta be.
It's classic. It's a banger, but I don't know if it's top tier stuff.
I want to say I'll accept it below Take Care, but I don't know if I can move it down to banger.
I respect that. Yeah.
Well, I also have it in Anita Max win because it's a great album. Underrated song, Tuscan Leather. is probably a really
Ooh.
good song that I really like in
call.
that album. You got yeah, there is Pound Cake with Jay-Z. There is Too Much with Sampha, but it was an amazing album. But low key, it's better than Take Care for me. For me, I think it's better than Take Care because I be listening to that in my car all the time, and I do like other than Pat, like I do really like when beats go like that, and kind of like overflowing the artist a little bit because I like the beats more than like sometimes the lyrics. But then the lyrics do catch me sometimes. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a bar, that's a bar. I thought it was better than Take Care, but you guys are saying it's a little bit less, so I'm gonna.
So LT said, LT, you think it's better than Take Care?
Yeah, but like I said, I'm not like once we get to this next album, obviously I'll wait for that. I'll defend that with my life. This one I'm okay with going down a tier. I think it was better than Take Care, but obviously let's come to a consensus here and figure out if it's Drake's all three go or not.
No, Pat, no, he doesn't even want it in Anita Max Win. He wants it in Banger.
Well, I think three of us want it in Anita Max Win, so I think we keep it in that tier, but to appease Pat, keep it below Take Care. I also agree it's fair. A little bit worse than Take Care.
I like that.
So that, I think that's the consensus thing.
All right. Well, let's go off. LT is talking about this next album already. Why don't you start us off with this album?
Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone listening hasn't heard this album, I remember in 2015 being a little kid hearing this album for the first time, and I automatically fell in love with hip hop to begin with. But this is also the beginning of Drake's new kind of trap sound that I feel like he's made legendary throughout the years.
Yeah.
He had Six God, Know Yourself, Energy. All of those songs are all-time classic songs and probably my favorite trap songs of all time. But then even more so, how I want to say that this album is the best, you can also have Jungle on there, which was an amazing R&B album or song, great singing song.
I got that.
But those trap albums alone, I just remember being a kid in my dad's car, me and my dad just bumping that shit for days. So as a personal thing, that is his best album in my book. But yeah, man, if you haven't listened to that album, please listen to that album. It is full of just trap bangers, man. Great stuff.
And did that start his like, because 6 p.m. in New York is on the album. Did that start that started the time and place?
Yep.
Right?
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm
pretty sure it's the time and place, which is kind of a legendary Drake thing now.
And also, he had one of his first songs with Travis in this album, Company, which is an amazing song. I have that on I be bumping that all the time. And also, I just saw recently how they did the concerts back then with Travis with that song, and it's actually fire seeing it back then. How there wasn't like a huge crowd, but everyone was going crazy.
And that was one of Travis's first big features with like a big name artist. So yeah, it definitely helped put him on the map for sure.
Yeah,
I would
album
put,
like that too.
Yeah.
I would put it in between. So when I texted this in the group chat, but I said there was a clear top three, and this is the clear top three to me.
There's one more.
I see. I don't think there is. I think this is, to me, this is.
Okay, let's wait. Let's talk about this album first. Let's talk about this album first.
Love this album. I think I've wrestled back and forth with Take Care, and this is number one. I think I lean Take Care slightly, so I would put it in between. I would put it in between Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. But I mean, this is. I'm not going to fight too hard if we want to keep it at the first spot, because this is an awesome album. Energy and Jungle are probably my two favorite songs on the album. This was, again, this is like when I was starting to get into music, really, like 2015. So this is like the first full Drake project that I probably ever was like paying attention to when it came out. So this, again, is a little bit nostalgic and definitely an Anita Maxwell tier for me.
Yeah, this is 100% top tier for me. I think it's pretty close with Take Care for my favorite album. LT mentioned Jungle. I don't know if we're gonna do songs later, but that is my personal favorite Drake song.
Okay,
I really like that song.
Good taste.
Yeah, I mean it's great. He has and like energy, which is I think is a fitting thing, title for a song, because this is high energy trap music, and I'm not a big fan of trap music, but when it's like this, I can get into it. When Drake is going, like some of these songs are just relentless energy, and you can't help but like get into the song, and you can't help to get into the production. You can't help but get into the lyrics. This is him really like in my opinion, trying on music that he wants to create, and it shows, and it shows when he doesn't try on his music. So I think it's really solid. It's super close with Take Care. I think like a Cole, I would lean Take Care. But this is really good. And if this was the stuff he was still producing today, I would get all the hype around him. But it's not.
It's not.
One more thing I want to say before we finish his album: the Donkey Kong Country sample on Six God.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Fantastic.
I remember listening to that the first time and nearly crying at how amazing that was. So great job, Drake. Great job.
This song had creativity, it had energy. It was like, this is what you want. You know, this is kind of what he's lacked in the newer stuff.
The opening 4 tracks of Legend, Energy, 10 Bands, and Know Yourself is a ridiculous way to start an album. Those are 4.
That might be
really good tracks.
That's definitely the best start to the album that he's had, for sure.
In his career, for sure. But that can go for all of hip hop.
It could be. It's a legendary start to an album.
Yeah,
and it starts with Legend, which is fitting.
Nah, I think Damn is better. Not gonna lie. Damn has a better track start. Damn has a better track start. All right, Pat. Why don't you start us off with it? Because I don't think you started us off yet with an album, which is Views.
Views. Okay, yeah. This was a nostalgic one, low key for me. I was listening to a lot of things. This is definitely, he kind of goes a little pop on this album. These are pop oriented tracks. I think I would say like 8 of these tracks were designed to be hits, and that kind of leaves a bit of cohesion with the album that doesn't really feel right. I'm kind of over Hotline Bling. Like, it's a fine song, but I think there's good tracks on this album. There really are, but it's not anything that I think is super memorable in my opinion. It really captures a place in time, I think, if you want to go back and listen to it. Like, I Feel No Ways is a great track. I'd go back and listen to that all the time. But it's not anything too special. I think I would put it in good in this tier list.
See, you actually have me thinking now, because you mentioned the word nostalgia, and I think it actually might have hit me a bit too hard, because there is a lot of filler on the album, actually. Obviously, there's a lot of great hits. I mean, you got Controller, One Dance, Hotline Bling. Controller. Sorry. Controller. Anyways, I had Views at S tier, but now that you're talking, I could put it down to banger, because there's a lot of filler, and this is a trend that we're going to see a lot with these next albums. This is where it starts. A lot of filler coming in for these next Drake albums. But I originally had it at S, but sure, we can make it an A tier here.
Yeah,
I would put it in good as well with Pat, because of the filler. But this is definitely a nostalgic one. I can literally remember listening to this on the bus with you, Pat, on the way to the Bronx Zoo for a field trip. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Dude, so I challenge anybody our age group to listen to One Dance and not get transported back to a particular time in your life. It is incredible. It was a huge hit. It was incredible. It's an incredibly nostalgic song. But there's 19 other songs on here, dude. There's 20 songs, an hour and 20 minutes, way too long. It's bloated with all these filler tracks that just don't need to be on there. They really don't need to be on there. They can release them as singles or whatever he wants to do, but it's not too long.
I kind of like Western Road Flows though. I feel a lot of people said that's a filler song. I kind of like that song.
Yeah,
it's okay.
No, I mean, there's, like I said, there's good tracks on here. It's just not as
I think it's Drake's most streamed album of all time.
Definitely his most popular.
Yeah, because he's got 3.
I said, he went a little pop.
But in my opinion, I wanted it to be in banger, because it's got a lot of songs in there that not like relate to. I'm not trying to be one of those Drake fans where like, yo, Drake is actually me, bro. Drake is actually me. But like,
No,
too
you,
good, but too good. Drake and Rihanna is in my top 5 Drake songs of all time because I really like that song. And you guys are also freaking about probably one of his most like mean things, Hotline Bling. Like you guys are not talking about that song. That shit went off, bro, with the music video. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I gotta.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No,
I don't get me wrong. I like the music video, but the song itself, I never really
It
listened
was
to it
good,
back in the
but
day.
it
I
just
can
got
see it,
old
though.
so fast though, because
Yeah, I can
everyone
see
was
why.
fucking
the,
listening
th-
to
the
it.
thing with that song is I would never put it in a playlist. Like if I heard it at a party, I'd be like, all
I
right,
bet. Oh
you
shit.
get a little bit, you sing along with it. But like if I was like in the car, I'm never playing that song.
But
No, it's one you skip. Honestly,
it's got a lot of
it's
good
like
songs. You
it's
guys are
okay. It
forgetting
was
about.
a huge hit. It was.
You guys are
it was
forgetting
too
about
big.
Child's Play. You guys are forgetting about Pop Style. Like, come on, guys.
No,
Like,
those are
I
good.
think it's
Portland's
a
a good
banger.
track.
I think it's a banger. And this is where
Pop
we're gonna get
style.
into a.
If Drake kept Kanye and Jay-Z on pop style, I would say that it's banger. But he put his own verse in it, man. That kind of ruined it for me. I can't lie. He took the
But
throne verse out.
I think it deserves to be in banger. Now
I'm not
here's
gonna
where
argue
we
that.
get into
I'm
a.
not gonna argue either.
Here's where we're gonna get because we're doing 2-2 because Cole and
I'll
Pat
argue.
said. Okay, all right. Then we're gonna keep it in banger. Now we're
Yeah,
going
sure.
with the.
That's fine.
Now we're going with the next album. Cole, have you started off with an album yet?
I think I started Nothing Was the Same, I think.
Okay, let me go back again.
Yeah, you go.
Let me go back again. For More Life, I don't. It's like so frustrating for me because I thought it was painfully average, bro. I thought it was painfully average. I think it's better than So Far Gone, not gonna lie, but I don't think it's better than Thank Me Later because it's got Do Not Disturb, which is I think on par with Marvin's Room in my opinion. But like nobody else is gonna agree with that. But I think it's a really good feel song. If you want to be in your feels, listen to Do Not Disturb and Fake Love too. Fake Love's a great song. But like LT was talking about from the last album, it's got a lot of fillers. Yeah, it does. So I thought it was painfully average.
Yeah, it's the common trend going on with this stuff. But you forgot to mention Passion Fruit, which is actually my favorite Drake song of all time. But other than that, I mean, you pretty much nailed it. There's so much filler. Say it again, Cole.
That's your favorite Drake song. I'm not hating.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect for that to be your favorite Drake song.
I don't know what drugs they put in the Passion Fruit, that song, but the first time I heard that it had a grasp on me. So aside from that song though, I gave it a B, which is going to translate to good. I don't know. I think you said average, Lucas, but I thought Free Smoke was good, and then you had Galchester, which was a really underrated song on that album. But yeah, a B minus. So I think it'll be good in the good tier. I don't think it was painfully average though.
Portland was good too. Portland was good too.
Yeah,
Portland. Yeah, there you go.
I think good is fine for this album because I don't think there is a lot of filler, but I almost view it similar to Views. Although I would say Views is a little bit better, but I don't think it's all that different from Views because I think the hits are really good, and then there's a lot of filler. But I think it ends well with Fake Love and Do Not Disturb. Passion Fruit, obviously, and Free Smoke is a good start. And then the middle, Galchester and Portland. Even Teenage Fever I thought was a good track. But the rest is kind of just filler. So I'll put it good because the hits are definitely there. I think there's good songs on it. And good is fine to me.
Yeah, I mean, I would put it in painfully average personally. I think he doesn't do that, as good of a job as in the past of balancing the R&B and the rap. It's 22 songs, dude.
Yeah, it's
122 minutes. You're killing me.
That's
I listen to all these albums like in 3 days pretty much. And when I got to this, I was just like, dude, you are killing me. We can't get an 11 song album. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here, Drizzy? No, I mean, this is a fine album. This is not anything that blows your socks off. This is not anything it's kind of, you listen to it once and you move on kind of album. And that's kind of where I'm headed for Drake anyway. And there's also this weird thing in this album where he keeps using like these British slang terms throughout, and like a lot of these songs like Utes and Grease and Spun. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? What are you going for a UK drill vibe on this? I mean, he had gigs on one of them. It was kind of a bit strange. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a fine album. It's not one I'd go back and listen to. You have it
better as
I'd say Painfully
Thank
Average.
Me Later and So Far Gone?
Yeah, I'd have them better than those two, but still, I wouldn't say it's a good album. So in good conscience, I can't put it in good.
Well, unfortunately, we're keeping it good. It's 3-1, Pat. Okay, it's a fucking good album.
Fucking matter,
it's a fucking good album.
Pat's opinion has mattered one time.
I just got voted anyway, so I gotta express my opinion.
Yeah. All right.
Let me start this.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I kind of have I have a feeling y'all are gonna disagree with me, but I would put Scorpion in banger. I would put Scorpion in banger. I like this album. It's long.
No.
For sure, but I like it.
Bro, he brought Michael Jackson to life, bro.
He literally brought back Michael Jackson to life. God's Plan is a classic. I actually think the first half is definitely stronger. I honestly think the first 9 songs on the album are like really good.
There's really only
9 songs are really good. It is a little bit bloated, but like I feel like when you look through his discography, you just have to expect it at that point. It does go on a little long. I think there's enough good songs where, like, I think there's less filler on this than there was More Life and Views, and this is a longer album than that. And it is like he did try to do something different where it's a 2-part album where the first half is rap, second half is like more R&B. I think it's a banger. I thought the first 9 songs on the album were really good. And then the second half was a little bit weaker, but I still like Jaded, Nice for What, Blue Tint, In My Feelings is good. I thought Final Fantasy and March 14th were okay. And then the first 9 songs I really like. So I would put it in banger, personally. I know I'm going to get outvoted here. I don't think it's staying there, but I would put it there.
Well, I thought it was painfully average because it's like 70% fillers for me. But the good songs are good, though. The good songs are good. Like Finesse and Nice for What, bro? Those are some good songs, bro. Those are some good songs. Yeah. Nice for What, hearing that in the middle school dance. Nice for What? You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
it's painfully average, though. The whole album is painfully average. I'm going to have it, though. I'm going to have it better than So Far Gone, though. I don't think it's better than Thank Me Later.
It's definitely better than the 2 in there.
I don't think it's better than Thank Me Later. Because Thank Me Later had, like...
Bro, you had Thank Me Later in trash, did you not?
No, I had So Far Gone in trash.
I think it's clearly better than those 2.
Somehow he got longer. This is a double album, dude. Really? Really? He bumped it up 8 minutes to an hour and 30, a crisp hour and 30. Disney movie for me, Drake. Appreciate it. Listen, this is way, way, way too long. Lots of filler. Drake nailed it on the head. 70% of filler. But there are great songs on here, bro. Nice for What is one of the most underrated songs in the past, like, 10 years. The Lauryn Hill feature. I love my girl Lauryn Hill, so I got up for that. I mean, listen, that is a fantastic song. There are some really strong songs on here. I mean, what's the biggest one? God's Plan from this album?
Yeah,
God's Plan is kind of boring. You know what I mean? It's not really anything you dig deep into.
It's like Hotline Bling now. It's just been overplayed.
This would be a little worse than More Life, in my opinion. So I would have it in front of the first 2 albums in that category.
Still in painfully average, though?
Yeah, still in painfully average for me.
Yeah,
I think that's probably what
I was waiting for your guys' opinion to come out first because I put it at a C. I was doing letters, so I guess that does equal to painfully average. But like I said, all of these albums have like high points. Obviously, you're gonna get like 2 or 3 hit songs from Drake. But if you're doing a 28-song album or whatever the fuck, how do you expect a listener to be like, wow, all 28 of these songs are amazing, and I'm going to listen to them all the time? And I feel like now you see rappers, they're releasing 10, 12-song albums, and it's working out well for them. I don't know why Drake doesn't try and do these shorter albums because it's almost like it's a job to listen to these. Because I remember in 2018 when this first came out, it was almost like too long for even me, who was in high school. I think we were all like freshmen. It was hard for me to listen to, and I love Drake. I liked Mob Ties. I like Nonstop. I think the trap was better than the R&B on this album.
Definitely.
But other than that, I don't know. It was just very mediocre to me.
The way I look at it, Views, More Life, and Scorpion are all long. They all have filler, but Scorpion has the best songs out of all of them, and it has more good songs than those two albums, in my opinion.
Well,
So
I don't know how
I
you
would
can
put it in
argue
banger.
how that album's better than Views though. Because Views is a really good album. I don't know. That's you, Cole.
That is just me. I knew I would be alone in that. I definitely knew I would be alone in that. I think you guys are being a little nostalgic with Views, maybe a little bit.
It had, dude.
It's just
that
better.
had hits, man.
I think it's objectively better.
Yeah, that had hits.
I think the best songs on Scorpion are better than the best songs on More Life and Views.
Oh. Cole on a pole.
Cole on the fucking pole, dude.
I am dancing on the pole alone right now, but that's
Jeez
you know what?
Louise.
Whatever.
Drake, the type of guy to say "Jeez Louise."
Yeah, jeez Louise.
Certified Lover Boy, never
Yeah.
listening again.
Never listening again.
Yeah, I'll
listening again.
please put it in the
You
bottom.
guys are no.
just-
I am gonna defend
It's
this. I am
dude.
gonna defend this.
Garbage.
It's not
Let me
a
explain it in one-
It's a good album. It's a good album. It's a good album. There are fillers. There are fillers, but it doesn't have more fillers than Scorpion, and it's got
Yelling
good
doesn't
songs
make
in
you
it.
right.
I'm listening.
Yelling
No
doesn't make you
friends.
right.
No friends in the industry. No friends in the industry. Knife talk. You know what I'm talking about? Dude, and
Filler.
low-key, underrated song. Underrated. It doesn't even have Drake in it. Yeba's Heartbreak, bro. That's a good
Exactly.
song.
It doesn't have Drake in it. It's the best song on the album.
Lucas,
Oh,
this is
I
the
didn't say
reason
best
here.
song on the album. I said underrated song.
You can put up the best songs on this album with any Drake album, and these are the worst songs from his album.
Easily.
I don't. Never
only
listening
song I
again
liked from
is
this album
fucking.
was
Dude.
Way Too Sexy because of the feature. I think that was an amazing feature, or the sample. Excuse me. I thought that was a great sample on the beat.
You got the
But,
champagne poetry.
Champagne
on.
poetry. I like champagne poetry a little bit.
This is
He
this
said
is my
he
point.
rhymed
I like the song.
Antetokounmpo. He put Antetokounmpo in the song, bro. Come on.
doesn't
No
sound
other
like
rapper. No
champagne
other
poetry,
rapper
to be
is putting his name in a song.
I play with the bud boy. Let me be honest.
Poppy's home. Poppy's home, bro. Are you kidding me?
Dude,
Nah.
I think this entire album
It's
is
not
filler.
fucking
Every
never
song.
listening again. I don't
Every
think it's
by
trash
far
either.
album.
I'll be
this is-
okay. I'll
I
be
think this is
okay.
some of the most. I think this is some of the most uninspired and unoriginal music I've heard in my life.
Absolutely.
I will never, if I have the blessing,
Fucking haters.
I will never have to listen to this again because it is truly terrible. Truly terrible.
Cringeworthy.
God,
It actually is.
Cringeworthy.
dude, are you kidding
It's,
me?
I'm looking.
If it was fucking
it's
terrible,
really
Kanye West
rated.
would have never
I think
done a
it's
fucking
properly
concert
rated.
with him with that album. If it was
No,
fucking horrible.
I promise you.
What are you talking about, dude?
Because they did a collab. They did a concert together where they performed
Drake didn't
both
even
albums.
perform Certified Lover Boy on that concert. That's
Oh
why
my
it was so
god,
bad.
that's why.
No, please tell me. Look at the track list and tell me a good song. I'm struggling. I can't find one.
I like
Poppy's
Way Too
home.
Sexy.
Poppy's
No.
home. No
No.
friends in the industry, dude.
Nope.
What? Nah, I can't.
It's-
Nah, I can't. Nah, I gotta stop talking. No, because this is just you trolling now.
No, I'm not.
No,
No.
yeah, it is.
They're not good songs,
No.
Rick.
It's a painfully average
You
song.
only live twice, dude. The fucking beat in that song is good. No, Rick Ross did amazing in that
He
song
doesn't
too.
do anything with it. He doesn't do anything with it.
Oh my
It's a
god.
great beat. He doesn't do anything with it.
All right, well I'm not putting it in never listening. I'll put it in trash.
Put it in never listening again.
This was by
I mean,
far
settle
Drake's
with
worst.
settle with
I know,
trash.
yeah.
By far his worst.
Never
I'll be
listening
honest.
again is horrendous, dude.
I
I
think
never
it
listened
is.
to it again. I never listened to it again after it came out.
Listen, Drake, you're gonna go out your way to listen to this. I'm not
I
like
am.
a
It's on my
song from the
playlist.
album, not a
It's on my
song.
playlist. I got like 5
The
songs
entire
on my
album,
playlist.
front to back. The entire album. By the way,
Nobody's
by the way,
listening to an entire Drake album, though. Like back to
By the way,
back.
this whole trash is still an hour and 26 minutes, 21
Exactly.
songs.
It's awful.
Wait, I do want to say though. I do want to say though. It has one of the best clips of DJ Academics. What top 5 you got? What top? I got Drake.
Yeah, he fell asleep. I forgot about that. DJ Academic fell asleep during listening. That's all I'm gonna say.
He was on acid though. He was on acid. Apparently, he was on acid.
Say the line that ruined it. Say it.
So yeah, I was gonna say this to begin with. My only argument is she says she a lesbian. I said me too.
You need that again puts in never listening again. That alone.
No, never listening again is.
Made a look. I made a cringe look and I shut off. I literally closed Spotify and never opened Certified Lover Boy again.
You know, the worst part about it though is I was so fucking excited for this album. Like the hype was so real. It was gonna be Drake versus Kanye. You know, they're both gonna drop around the same time.
And they were both disappointing.
They dropped on the same night, right?
Well,
No,
I
Kanye dropped on a Tuesday.
The album cover just kind of turned me off too. I didn't like the album cover
Certified
at all.
boy love.
It sums up how good the album is.
Yeah.
So goofy.
All right,
It's a boring ass.
let's go to the TikTok album now, Cole. Do you want to start us off with this one?
No, I don't want to start with this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna defend this one actually. I thought it got way too much hate when it first came out. I
agree
think
with
Keeper and Sticky were some really good house beats. It's also a unique sound from Drake that we haven't heard. Like none of those beats. Obviously, we've heard house beats from Drake, but not an entire album. And I also think it was relatively short. I don't have the exact amount of songs, but for a Drake album, it's definitely short.
It's under an hour, LT. Under an hour. I think it's 52 minutes.
Exactly.
That broke like 4 in a row of being an hour and a half.
And here's another reason I'm gonna put it over. I don't know if I'll put it over any of his older albums. Maybe Thank Me Later. But I like the outro, how it came out with Jimmy Cooks. They had a really slow album, and then they ended it with like a classic Drake and 21 song.
Like out of nowhere.
Yeah. I was a big fan of Honestly Nevermind, and I think it got way too much hate, so I'll put it past So Far Gone. And Thank Me Later.
The album definitely kind of grew on me because when it first came out, like I did become a Drake hater for like a week. I was like, dude, I fucking hate Drake now. But like after listening to the songs again, like Massive is also a good song.
Bro,
I did
than Scorpion.
I did like Falling Back as well a little bit. I like that song a little bit, but it is a little bit of a painful. I think it's better than Scorpion though.
I won't put it over Scorpion.
I think it's better than Scorpion because Scorpion had 70% filler.
Oh my god!
But the highs of Scorpion were better than Honestly Nevermind.
Oh, okay.
Easily.
You know what? I could agree with that. Yeah.
Easily.
Shut up. You put Scorpion in bangers. Shut up, Cole.
It should be.
I think this got overhated a lot. I think that he was going for a certain style here. I think he pulls it off well. It's kind of boring, but that's a lot of Drake's newer stuff. It's just it doesn't really grab you too much. Jimmy Cooks is a really, really good song. Really good song. LT mentioned Sticky. That's a great song. No, it's a vibe. It's something that I think I would, in the right situation, pop on. So but it's not anything better than average for me. I think, I would put Scorpion above it though in that category.
I agree with where it is right now, and there's really you guys kind of said it all about this album. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's aight.
All right, Pat. You said you recently just listened to this album for the first time, and I want to hear your initial thoughts on it. For Fat D for all the dogs.
Pretty boring.
God damn it! No, it's not pretty boring though. It's not.
I think it's pretty boring.
All right, can you explain though?
I think it's typical repetitive Drake. I just think I thought it was pretty boring. Nothing really stuck out to me. Thought it was a pretty standard Drake album. Was pretty bored by the end of it. I wouldn't listen to it again, but that's just me.
Yeah, I didn't get a great experience from it, I guess. But when I was listening to it, there are obviously songs that are gonna make you bop your head. I like the Frank Ocean sample, and Virginia Beach, I think it was. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was really good. I think Drake, when he utilizes samples and his good production, I think he turns into his best version of himself. But this one, aside from a few samples, I felt like it was a pretty lazily made trap album. First person shooter was good with J. Cole, obviously. I like Daylight, another late night with Lil Yachty was good too. But
Don't talk to my man
other than
like
those
that.
ones, what'd you say, Lucas?
Don't talk to my man like that.
Like that. Yeah, the Adonis feature
Dude.
went crazy. And
Gently with the Bad Bunny is so bad. Such a terrible song.
Nah, I didn't look at
Please.
either.
yeah, he said he
Please
lived
go
like
listen to it.
Sopranos.
It's
After
so
that, I was
bad.
like, I don't know, buddy.
It's so bad.
You live like
I don't know if you live like
Sopranos.
Sopranos, Drake.
Yeah.
So
I
But
mean,
where did
Cole.
I don't know.
Where'd you put it?
I don't know where I'd put this one though.
I don't think it's a trash album. Like,
It's
don't
not
get me
trash.
wrong. Like, I don't like it, but it's not trash. It's not like garbage music. It's
Is
just
it better than
zero,
So
I
Far
thought it was good. I thought it was a good
zero,
album.
like soul or anything. It's like an empty carton.
Yeah, it's
to
an
me.
empty song.
just
Absolutely.
nothing.
Empty album.
It had some like, I don't know. It's the 7969 Santa with Tizo touchdown where he was like, "Dogs will be dogs." I like that
Good
part.
feature.
That was a
Good
good
feature.
part. Yeah. All the parties, Chief Keef. I don't think you guys like that song though.
But here's the thing. Even
Oh,
for
yeah.
another great rapper, right? Like Kanye, I feel like these newer albums are being carried by features when it should be the main artist going on these
Okay.
sounds or these
But-
songs embodying them.
Okay, you could say that, but he did kill it in 8 a.m. in Charlotte though. That was a good
Yes,
song.
yeah, that was. I forgot
He
to
did,
mention that
yeah.
one. That was a
He
good song.
did. But does he ever miss on the time and place?
His
Low-key, he
timestamp
doesn't.
songs never miss.
He low-key doesn't miss.
Bro, that what was that one on the? Oh, did he have one on? Yeah, he had one on Certified Lover Boy, wasn't it? What was it? It was
Oh, he did. That was
7 a.m. on Brittle Path. I think he missed on that one, bro.
Actually.
I'm not gonna lie.
On
No, that was
Bridal-
a
no,
miss.
that's an okay one.
It's an
7
okay
a.m.
one.
on
Alright.
Bridal Path.
That's a miss.
that
it was
might
a
be
bit.
the worst.
It was a bit forgettable.
That might be the
miss.
worst of the time and place, though. It might be.
Also, for all the dogs, 23 songs, an hour and 25 minutes. Come back to me,
Ugh.
bro. Come back
Plus-
to me. What
plus-
happened? We were heading the right direction. Come back to me.
23.
Apple Music. On Apple Music, it has 29, like with the red button. And were we counting that? or not?
Oh,
Well, I
no,
think
no,
that's
that's why I
the,
asked. Scary
Scary
Hours 3.
Hours.
No, we
That's
weren't
Scary
counting
Hours.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
either
he did
way,
go 6 for 6 on.
stop.
That's ridiculous.
All right, bro.
Together, didn't we
All
give
right,
him
bro.
like 1 for 6?
Yeah, I think we gave him a 2 for 6 first listen
No,
on the
because
deluxe.
because when I listened to it again, I wasn't listening to the lyrics, bro. I
I
wasn't
remember
listening to the lyrics.
You texted us the next day. We're like, wait, this low-key slapped.
And it's a little sad because he had conductor Williams on
Yeah.
most of his production there, and he still kind of was a little lackluster. But
Evil Ways.
this definitely isn't like his worst album. I would put it over.
No.
I would put it over like So Far Gone and maybe Thank Me Later, but I'm not sure.
I think I'd rather listen to Thank Me Later than this album.
So, yeah,
So
we
Far
can put
Gone
So
with
Far
that.
Gone over it, I
It's
guess.
not good. So
Okay.
yeah, I
Oh,
it's so boring, dude.
I don't
I
like
was just
looking
so
at
bored.
Scorpion and Painfully Average. I really don't.
All
I
right.
was like,
Looking.
I was like falling asleep, honestly.
More
Looking-
life, like okay, if you're gonna have more life and good and Scorpion's not good, I just don't get it. Like the logic doesn't make sense because they both
Yeah.
are filler, and the best parts of Scorpion are better than the best parts of More Life.
All right, so put
I mean,
it
I would
behind
more
More
life
Life.
than average.
Put it behind More Life.
what?
But you can put it in good, but behind More Life. Scorpion.
That looks much
Because
better.
I mean, I guess it's good. It just seemed like there was a lot of filler in it. I don't
No,
know.
it's not good.
No, it's not
It's not
good. It's painfully average.
It's painful
Oh
to
my
average.
I'm putting it back.
It's painful. It's just average.
Dogs is good and
This is
Scorpion is.
Oh,
This is
Put it in the middle.
If I was making the list, I'd put More Life down there too. I mean, it's just even it all out. But
So Pat, you would have.
You have
6
Drake as the most mid artist of all time. Is that what you're saying, Pat?
Oh, come on.
no, because he has 3 really great albums. He can't be the most mid artist of all time. He has 3 really great albums.
Very classic.
But
that Max Ween.
it's getting really bad now, dude. It's getting really bad. And
He
I don't
needs-
know if it's just
I don't
he's
know
taking
why
a
you
break,
guys are
right?
hating
Isn't he
on
taking a
New
break?
Drake. Yeah, like he said a year and a half or something like that.
Because New Drake is fucking soulless. Like it's just so boring, dude. It's so
It is.
uninteresting to listen to. And I get people don't always want like to be interested in whatever they're listening to. They just want to relax or whatever. But like at a certain point, you're just listening to nothing, and you're not interacting with anything.
The best way I can put it is if you want to like zone out, put on some new Drake. just put on some new
Dude,
Drake.
if you want
wanna
like
zone out.
if you want some background music for when you're like doing
Yes.
something, like you're doing like a busy task, put on some new Drake and it's fine. The production's great. They always sound good, you know?
It's
It
explicit.
reminds me of the
elevator
guy on
music.
TikTok who parks his own car and records it with the Drake song playing in the background from For All the Dogs. He's doing his daily routine, and then you hear Virginia Beach in the background.
Are you talking about the guy that does Target runs?
The Target run, that's what it is. Yeah, that perfectly sums up this
Sets up
album.
his
It's like going to
tripod.
Target. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Bro, people bullied him into getting like deals with like ESPN and NFL for like promoting their stuff.
Yeah, he was getting shit
yeah,
on,
good
and
for
then
him.
now he got all these fucking deals.
Yeah.
Get that bread.
Drake actually recreated one of those videos.
Yeah. Well, now we're looking at the final tier list here. What are we thinking? Did we do a good job? Did we do a bad job?
I
What are
can
we
live with
thinking?
Well, I kind of wish we had a bad category. I put a couple of these in bad. But
That's what trash is for.
Yeah, you can put them in trash.
Yeah, but trash and bad aren't the same thing. Trash is like
Dude, you're fucking trash. Like,
it's
that's the same thing as saying
like
bad.
so bad. No, but bad is just like it's kind of bad. But like trash is like so bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like bad like multiplied by a couple hundred.
Okay, so if we could put a tier in between painfully average and trash, what would you put in that tier?
I dropped the 3 and painfully average down to trash. I dropped
The last three?
the last 3.
I would do.
If you say
I would do the
Scorpion, I'm
last
gonna lose
two.
my mind.
I would do the last two. If I change
I
this to
think I
bad,
agree.
if
And
I
then-
change this
and
to
then-
bad right now,
And then I
Yeah, change it
drop
to
more
bad.
life into I
Just
drop
'cause we
more
had
life into
nothing
average
right.
and I drop views into good.
no, I actually like it like this. I'm not
Views
gonna
is a banger, and I won't take anything else.
lie. No, I think this is a
You'll
good tier
take
list
it.
now.
Oh, you'll take it.
The only thing
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
taking it.
the only thing I don't agree with is these two right here. But I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
Adonis carried for
I'm
all
a
the
Drake
dogs.
stan.
Adonis carried.
Listen, bro.
How do you have it? How do you have
Drake Lucas was a bit more harsh than I thought he was gonna be. I thought this was
Yeah,
gonna
me
be, bro,
too.
it's like so good. Right. And I was a bit like, dude, no, it's not.
when
But
you
I think
responded
you were fairly critical.
when you
I'm
responded to
not
my
gonna
text?
suck his dick.
There was
We just saw it.
when you responded
We
to my
just
text
saw it.
about
That's
there
crazy.
being when you responded to my text about there being 3 top tier albums, I thought you were gonna put like 5 or 6.
No,
was-
because I
was
don't know.
hoping you. I was hoping.
No,
you
you
would
guys
love
hate on New
Certified Lover
Drake though.
Boy.
That's the only thing though, is that you guys hate on New Drake. I think
It's not
New
hating,
Drake
there's
is good.
reason.
I think
Speak
New
on
Drake is
reason.
good. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there is a reason. We're not just hating because we want to hate.
Wait,
Like, in my
can we
opinion-
can we do one album at least? Can we do one more album? Where do you guys put Her Loss, bro?
Her loss is good, borderline banger.
Okay, all right, okay, I could agree with that. What about you? Have you listened to Her Loss, Pat? I don't know if you did.
I have, yes. I would say
That was a good trap album.
I'd put in good.
I would put
Looks
it
like
good
straight
too.
up
Above
good.
More Life, borderline
I
banger.
don't
Because
know.
I don't think it's painfully average, but I don't think it's a banger.
And then you can put it for What a Time to Be Alive. I think that's easily Anita Max win.
Okay, we're just putting the other ones here. Okay.
Oh,
Just
I
for
don't
shits and
know.
gigs, though.
And then what
This
about
is just for
Drake?
shits
What
and
about
gigs.
Drake by Drake?
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
that album for,
somebody in the
dude?
comments tell us what this album is because we've never heard of it.
Yeah,
What
I think
Just
it's
search
one of
out
his
the
first mixtapes,
self-titled
right?
album.
yeah. But if this was to be the final tier list, this is what we have. If you guys,
Hey, what a time to be alive. Put it in banger. That can't be an Anita.
No,
Max.
that's a classic,
No, it's a
dude.
classic.
Stop. That's a classic.
Anita Max. I don't.
Jumpman,
it's-
Jumpman, 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 Jumpman.
It was-
Them
that
boys
was
up to
not-
something.
Whoa.
I think it's a banger.
Them boys up to something.
Yeah, and you also thought Scorpion was a banger.
It's at least good.
Yeah.
If More Life is good, it's the Scorpion's good. I'm sorry.
More Life is a good dude. I honestly have no idea.
Come on, More Life has passion fruit.
They're in the same boat, dude. I think they're in the same boat.
Does
They go, like,
Scorpion
hand
have
in hand,
passion
pretty
fruit?
much.
I don't think so.
Scorpion has nice
the
Flood,
thing
which
is,
is a
like,
better song. So.
I don't like. I look at Views, More Life, and Scorpion very similarly. I just think Scorpion is the highest highs.
Yeah.
That's why it's not your show.
That's why it's not your show. It's why not your show.
Yo, when I tell you, when I listen to Certified Lover Boy again, I genuinely didn't enjoy a single song.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
Zero replay value. Zero.
It has very little replay value.
Zero.
It really does.
Why don't we give him a score, a total overall artist score?
Ooh.
Or
Make me
do you
think
want to do
now.
like top 5 songs or something?
No, let's give
I
him
don't
a
know if I can do
score
that
as
off
an
the top of my
artist.
head, but
Let's give him like an overall. Let's give him like a 2K overall.
Old Drake.
2K
Old Drake's
overall.
like a 9.5. When he made
No,
that
you got it, you got it.
run,
2K.
No,
2K
we-
overall.
yeah.
2K overall.
Just
rating.
like- just
2K
like-
overall.
Just
Ugh.
like a Madden overall, just like an all-time overall.
If we're talking like all time, we got a Moments Edition card on Ultimate Team for Drake. He's a 98 pink diamond.
No, wait. Okay, maybe I'm
maybe you're doing moments.
And stats
No,
too. And
98
stats. His
overall
R&B
moments
is
edition.
97. His no.
Current, if we're talking current, he's a good like
You know who he
91
is?
overall amethyst.
No, you know who he is? He's Brett Favre, bro. He's Brett Favre. He
On
throws
the
a ton
Vikings or the Jets?
he's the whole career Brett Favre.
What is
He
your
has-
sports
he has
podcast if you weren't
MVPs.
comparing artists to fucking athletes?
He's got MVPs, he's got a Super Bowl, and he threw a ton of picks. A ton of picks. That's all that filler, baby. And he doesn't miss a game. And he doesn't miss a game. He's gonna
Sometimes
raise
you
20.
miss a game. Take a
Yeah.
break, buddy.
Sometimes we need you to miss a few here.
Thibodeau's got to take
You
him
sit a
out,
couple
man.
out.
Thibodeau's got to take him out.
He's playing.
If I had
too
to
much.
give Drake a score for his whole career, looking at all the albums, I would probably. I'll give him like a 5.7.
No,
out of
that's
10,
crazy.
I
That's
think.
crazy.
No,
That's crazy.
I
dude.
honestly think I would.
That's
New
crazy.
Drake. New
That's
Drake.
crazy.
No, his whole career.
What?
5.7
No, that's
out of
crazy.
10.
I'm sorry, that's
5.7?
crazy.
Wait, so then
That's
you are
outrageous.
calling him the most mid artist of all time, bro?
Yeah, that's outrageous.
You are.
Oh,
No,
He's
yes, you
the
are.
most-
5.7.
The most mid artist would be 5 out of 10.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but there's
a
still
little
a
less.
5 in there,
There's a
though.
little
There's still a
bit
5
of
in there.
the 0.7 he has 4 classics and you're giving him only a 0.7 extra.
I'm sorry. Those top two
Great
albums.
class.
Those top two albums give him at least a 7.
I think he's like in the he's like a
I
low,
say
I think
9.6.
Low 90 in 2K, bro. If we got,
I say 9.6, 9.6, 9.6.
I think if you're his influence as well, you got to take into account his influence. I think he's influenced actual popular music for the worse. So I just think, and despite having some classic albums, you can have some classic albums, and I still think, as an artist, you're just not up to snuff, and that's always what I've been thinking about.
So are you
Hold on,
giving
hold on.
Kanye
Yes.
West a 2 because of his influence right now?
No, but that's different. That's culture. That's cultural influence. I'm talking about musical influence. Drake has been the biggest musical artist, arguably, for the past 10 years.
And you just gave him a
And I think we're in a
5.7.
worse state. So biggest doesn't mean the best. That's not the same thing, dude.
Dude,
Pat, I'm thinking about this. Pat,
I
I'm
respect it.
I
No,
don't. I'm
don't.
thinking about this. I'm thinking about this on our pizza review scale right now for a second. Like, you're telling me that
Yes.
how we do that is like a 6.5 would be like an average spot in your hometown. You're telling me Drake is worse than like an average spot in your hometown?
In your hometown.
You're telling me he's like a slice of Sabaros?
Dude, I'm
what you're
telling you
saying
in
right
my
now.
opinion. I'm telling you in my opinion. A 5.7 to me represents you've contributed meaningful projects to the musical landscape, which he has. He's done multiple meaningful projects, but the total body of work plus his influence in the genre in popular music does not, in my opinion, translate to a high rating. I think he's a 5.7.
I would give him a 7.9, and if he never released Certified Lover Boy, it'd probably be like an 8.4.
That tarnished his legacy for sure.
Certified Lover Boy dropped him 0.5 for me easily. At least. Yeah,
if they're remaking a Def Jam Fight for New York, I'm giving Drake's rating. He's getting a solid 90 overall, and I think you guys are underrating him. Like, 5.7 I think is insane just because of his those 4 albums that we have in S tier alone make him at least like an 8.5.
If he just had those 4 albums,
that's ridiculous, LT. If he just had those 4 albums, he'd be a lot higher.
If he just had the Painfully Average, he's more than a 5.7. If he just had the Painfully Average music, I would give him over 5.7.
Well, I don't know about that.
He'd just be forgettable.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd even be popular without those 4.
It takes him to the 5.7. The bad music drags him down. Your flaws and your pros and your cons. Your flaws and your.
Oh, it's not your type of music. Well, I'm not saying that. I just realized you like stupid shit. I just realized that. My bad. But he's not 5.7.
You don't ever have an argument to say that because I'm critical of Drake. You don't ever have an argument. You just say that's not your type of music. I listen to hip hop and rap all the time.
You just said earlier that it's not your type of music, though. You just said it earlier that it's not your type of music. So I'm gonna be like, okay, whatever you say is not gonna be.
I think it's fucking trash because I think it's trash. I do think.
So okay, so if you think it's trash, then whatever you're saying is going through one ear out the other because it doesn't matter. It's not 5.7.
Because he has actual great albums. Because he has rap albums.
I'm giving him 9.6. 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 I'm giving him 9.6.
That's high.
I'm giving him 9.6.
You two are both insane.
He don't know you. That's D writing. He don't know you, bro. That's absolute. That's D writing.
His last name. My last name is him. My last name is him. I gotta D write him. I gotta D write him.
Oh my god.
I gotta D write him.
That's crazy.
My last name is him. I gotta D write him, bro.
Do you guys even listen to Deftones and Radiohead?
Oh my god.
You two even listen to Radiohead?
Dude, you just gave him a 98 overall, LT.
It's a great.
I gave him
you said 98 overall
or a high 80, low 90.
No, but if a Moments card deserves a 98 because like.
Well, is 80 just like a high 8 out of 10?
Current Drake's like a 79 overall gold player in
you can't separate. I'm saying as an artist, dude. Put them together, LT. You can't do old Drake and new Drake.
5.7 is low. 5.7 is low.
He's Hall of Fame easily.
Yeah, 5.7 is not Hall of Fame. No, Drake is Hall of Fame, and you can't say 5.7.
It's a personal ranking. It's a personal ranking. He's not my Hall of Fame.
He's not in your Hall of Fame. No, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Absolutely not.
He's Brett Favre. That's what he is.
No.
So Brett Favre is an Hall of Famer?
What? But I mean, dude, like.
I put you in a box.
Wait, Cole, what do you give him? Cole, did you give him a rating? He's a
Fame artist in my opinion.
I gave him a 7.9 because I think, but that sounds lower than it might be to me because I think that's pretty fucking good. A 7.9 is good to me.
If it wasn't for his newer stuff, it would be a lot higher. But I get what Pat's saying because a lot of his new stuff. If you're just counting his new stuff, it is like a 5.7. But I think those 4 classic albums have to boost them up a little. You can't keep it at 5.7.
You cannot have 2 albums like Take Care and If You're Reading This Is Too Late and be a 5.7. You just can't. I don't care what he's released. Higher. I don't care what he's released. That's at minimum a 7 to me.
At least put him at 6.5 if you're gonna put him low. He passes. He gets a 65 passing grade.
I think it's the good or the bad outweighs the good for me, in my opinion, and that's a 5.7.
That's why we love music.
No, but wait. In music, though, You could just not listen to the trash stuff. I'm just saying. So realistically, I think it's better to judge an artist off their best stuff because you could always just not listen to the bad stuff.
That's insane. That's just insane.
It's music.
No
one's holding a gun to your head and forcing you to listen.
Take away Josh Allen's worst games, and he's the greatest quarterback of all time. That's what you're saying.
You'll get no argument from me.
Yeah, you brought up the wrong guy.
You'll get no argument from me.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. It's a
all
bad
right.
example.
So
what I just said is so wrong, though. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm sorry for even saying that.
So let's try and come into an agreement with one score as a group, okay?
I'm
as
sorry,
a group,
Matt, it's at minimum of 7.
As a group,
7.5.
I could live with the 7.
I kind of liked Cole's score. I thought Cole's score was perfect.
7-9.
Yeah,
7-9.
High 7
I think
is good.
7-9 is perfect because and it would be over an 8 if no Certified Lover Boy. Unfortunately, that album is pure garbage.
Yeah,
bro.
Say that
I'm telling you,
lesbian girl, me too.
Yeah, that line right there dropped him down half a point.
Damn. He's also got some banger other songs too, like Scary Hours 2 he didn't miss on that. If we're gonna rate him as an artist of all time, can we talk about Scary Hours as well instead of just
Scary
the albums?
Hours.
Yeah. If we're
not better than any of
if we're rating
good stuff,
dude, what's next is probably in my top 10 Drake songs all time, bro.
If we're rating Drake as an artist, you got to bring up his features. He's one of the like legendary feature artists. Like when he goes on other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Him and Rick Ross, those are the two goats at features.
21 too.
100%.
21's
21 too. That's fair.
All right. Well, give it a 7-9. This is the tier list that we have. Let us know in the comments what you think of our tier list. If you think it's ass, if you think it's good. If you have any other suggestions for other artists as well, please let us know in the comments. Follow us on our socials on Twitter, Instagram. We're now on YouTube. Subscribe and put on post notifications, please, so you can see when we drop a video. And
smash that like button.
And smash that like button. Anything else to add? Yeah, subscribe or you're gonna die tomorrow. You're gonna die tomorrow if you don't subscribe.
You are.
Okay. Anything else to add, guys, before we end it off?
Kanye's better.
I got nothing.
I enjoyed his I enjoyed some albums here, but yeah, I'm excited for future tier lists. I'll say that. I think this was a lot of fun.
If Drake gets assassinated, you know who did it. Mr. 5.7.
Dude,
Mr. 5.7.
It's like I'm not trying to hate, bro. I'm actually not trying to hate.
All right, let's end it. I did the outro.
You're a 5.7.
Have a great day.